Why do we suffer despite having the best standard of living in human history? Is because of total outward looking and no inward looking. The modern paradox of outer comfort and inner chaos is a consequence of being purely outward focused. This is due to our lack of perception, which has led to the wrong belief that by achieving affluence, making our lives comfortable and convenient, we will be happy and fulfilled. We have believed that happiness or pleasantness, which is an inner phenomena, can only be achieved by pushing certain buttons in the outer world. And we have believed that by arranging, organizing, managing, and influencing our external environment, which are people, objects, and situations, we will experience happiness or pleasantness. Because of our lack of understanding and clarity about our inner world and the design of our inner world, we have believed that happiness or pleasantness can only be achieved by dabbling with the outer world, by pushing certain buttons in the outer world. This is because of being purely outward looking. All of this wrong perception and beliefs have come because we are purely outward focused and not looking inward. By default, our five senses of sight, smell, taste, touch, and hearing are outward bound. Thus, we naturally tend to live our lives being outward oriented. However, this is only good for our survival, not for well-being and flourishing. Survival and flourishing are two different phenomena and have to be approached differently. Because of our outward looking tendency, our lower brains become dominant and we do not look at our own garbage and biases. We do not look at our own shortcomings. Instead, we become defensive and aggressive when others point out our weaknesses, our shortcomings, and mistakes. This does not produce a healthy mind and thus leads to very unpleasant brain chemistries. Because of our outward looking tendency, our whole life is spent looking at our neighbors' mistakes, blaming our colleagues, highlighting our family members' shortcomings, blaming the government, and talking bad about others. The sad reality is that individual people are doing this. Groups of people are doing this. Individual countries are doing this. Groups of countries are doing this. If we had life in other planets in our solar system, this would have been interplanetary as well. This is why we have so much conflicts in the world, from small scale to large scales, from family level to community level and global levels. Because of our outward looking tendency, we are only looking at other people's garbage. We do not look at our own garbage, our own limiting beliefs, our own biases, our own weaknesses, our own fears and insecurities. We are only empowering our lower brains. For our individual and collective well-being, empowering our higher brain to take charge of our lives is absolutely essential. Because of our outward looking tendency, we are not looking at ourselves. We are not paying attention at our own shortcomings and limitations. This is a sure way for suffering in life, especially mentally and emotionally. Looking inwards is awareness. It takes courage to look inwards. Looking within is a sign of a healthy mind. Looking inwards helps with self-improvement. It is a function of the higher brain. Looking inward is conscious living or mindful living. If you are outward focused only, then languishing and mental and emotional suffering is inevitable. Your own psychological viruses, your weaknesses, limiting beliefs, biases, your extreme likes and unreasonable dislikes, your fears and insecurities, and your past unpleasant experiences make a hell out of you. Your mind will become dull and heavy and highly negatively biased. Eventually, you lose your spark, you lose your vitality and enthusiasm, which is a sign of an unhealthy mind. See, outer pleasantness and outer comfort does not guarantee inner pleasantness and inner peace. These two things have to be approached differently. Please check out this video where I share a very simple framework to look within yourself, to look at your inner world and identify your psychological viruses which are contributing to an unpleasant inner environment within you. The reality is that if your inner environment is healthy and beautiful, even if external situations are not favorable, you can still be calm, peaceful, and hopeful. This is a sign of a healthy mind. Inward looking is awareness, and awareness is the only way for human well being and flourishing. Awareness is the only way to empower the higher brain, and awareness is the only way to create a beautiful inner environment and a healthy mind. Only looking outwards brings suffering and distress, despite having all the material comforts. It makes your inner world unpleasant and chaotic. Awareness or mindfulness is the only way to look inwards, to cultivate a healthy mind, and to improve your inner world. This is the only way to real and lasting happiness, well-being, and flourishing. Hey, hope you enjoyed this video. The content is from my book, The Human Education. If you're interested, please click the link in the description to get a copy for you. And if you're enjoying this video series so far, please consider subscribing. And thank you so much for watching.